Hi, my name is Charlie Foote, and I did my individual certification in Google Analytics. So the goal of this video is to brief you on my findings on what I've learned through this process of doing Google Analytics, getting my certification, and doing it independently. So the first question was, what was the process that you undertook? There was a process that I undertook. So there are 2 studying guides in Google Analytics, and each of those studying guides are broken up into 4 units, and those units are broken up into lessons. And those lessons are broken up into a video, into questions, and then into resource guides for those questions. So my process for that was to look at the questions before starting the lesson and understand what I had to take away from that lesson and what were the objectives from that lesson. And then I would watch the video and I would write down exactly that. I would write down the objectives from and what I had to take away from that. So then later I would do the questions, complete the questions, and then I would save the resources for later on for an organization to refer back to. I'd write down everything in this book. And another part of the process was taking 4 hours a week. Just like a classroom would, I would study this for 4 hours a week. I was used to that process because I've been doing that for 3 years in this program, so it helped me taking 4 hours a week to study this, to study Google Analytics. What were your deliverables and skills that you achieved? The skills that I achieved was understanding how this data works in an organization and how important it is to an organization to meet their key performance indicators and develop goals and how it applies to their business objectives. I understood the skills that I achieved were understanding how to make a measurement plan and the importance of it and how realistic it is and how easy it is to make a measurement plan. Skills that I achieved were understanding the process and understanding the Google Analytics software because it's so unique. And going in and understanding the skills that I achieved was that I would be a good asset to a team who uses Google Analytics and uses the data of Google Analytics software. I wouldn't be comfortable, and I wouldn't choose to be a digital analyst using digital assets in an organization. I would like to be a part of the plan and a part of the planning process. How does this make you a better marketing professional? It makes me a better marketing professional because I understand how to analyze the data, I understand the importance of it, and I understand how to communicate that data, and I understand how to work with the team. I've learned that this helps me as a marketing professional because I can leave here and I can say that I have my individual certification in Google Analytics. I know how to analyze consumer data, and I know what it means, I know how to apply it, and I know how to communicate with a team, and I know how we can make an alternative to make a better end result. How can we get people to our macro conversion? How can we get people to the end transaction? How can we get people to our end goal? And how can we improve that process for that user? Going into an organization, I can definitely analyze, I can definitely communicate, I can definitely work with a team. And that's exactly makes me a better marketing professional because I know how to ask those questions, and if I'm working with a team and we all have the same goal and we're understanding how that data works, we can go in, I can go in and I have the confidence to ask those questions, work with a team, I can communicate and I can analyze, and that's exactly what I wanted to take away from that program, from the marketing program, but also take away from the Google Analytics course. So it definitely blends well together, and it makes me a better marketing professional because it gives me the confidence to know where I stand with my Google Analytics certification. How would you manage the process differently? I think there are pros and cons to this process and to the independence in this certification independent course. The con would be not having a professor giving us a weekly schedule. The pro would be having the freedom to do that yourself. And I learned a lot about myself because I was able to achieve a process that worked for me. And I had the freedom and independence to complete a course effectively without being in a classroom. So it helped me understand that I can learn in many different ways and that I don't need to depend on a classroom to independently achieve a certification and achieve a goal that I had. Overall, I learned a lot from Google Analytics, and I'm excited to learn a lot more.